Well, Brenton, first of all, thanks for joining us on Fox Sports News. It's great to have you along. 6 months in the top job. How have you found it? Easier, tougher, exactly what you expected? What have you made of it so far?
I guess it's never really what you expect. Becoming a senior coach, you just want to coach the team, obviously coach the players 24/7, but there's probably a lot more management type scenarios that you face with, and I guess managing the football department takes up a lot of time as well, but just ensuring that the people who you work with are all pulling in the same direction, and so far we're getting that, which is great, and they're a great group to work with.
You've worked under some great coaches, Mark Thompson, Chris Scott, and obviously Mark Williams. How much of their philosophy do you bring to the job, and how much is your own?
Certainly you're a sum of all your experiences, I think, and that's not just people that you coach with, but also to who coached you. And my major influence would have to be Mark Thompson. He coached me for 6 or 7 years, and then obviously I sat beside him for 5 years or 4 years at Geelong for premierships and finals, and a lot of my, I guess, philosophies come from working with and being coached by Mark Thompson.
You've really made an emphasis on making this side more physical in the pre-season, the boxing, the wrestling sessions. Has that been a deliberate ploy to really toughen them up and make them harder?
Yeah, it has. I mean, I think you have to... Football's played very differently from the regular season then into finals, and to be a premiership side, you certainly have to be a hard physical unit. You see sides now that stand up and can hold on for 4 quarters in those big finals, are the ones that typically win. So, not saying that we're going to be pushing for the finals or anything anytime soon, but at the same time we have to start to prepare our young squad to be able to mix it with the best when it comes to those physical contests.
The side didn't do very well last year. I think it was their worst season in terms of wins and losses, the 7 wins for the year. You expect a spike and some improvement from them. What's realistic? Is finals a realistic goal for this football club this year?
I think every time the Adelaide Football Club plays, we're trying to win, and we've developed a really strong culture over the summer where every time you put on that jumper, you expect to do the club proud, and that's not just for the individuals and the team, but it's also too for what our supporters demand. There's really high expectations here in Adelaide. We understand that. The expectations that we're going to have success is always there, but at the same time too, we're in a big season of improvement. We feel like when we're injury free and we're fit, we can match it with anyone.
Obviously, Kurt Tippett and Taylor Walker, 2 outstanding talents, 63 goals between them last year. A lot of people saying that's not enough. Do they need to give you more, or can they not coexist together in the forward line?
No, they can. I mean, the chemistry's been great with those boys through the summer, and I know that they're both very different players, but at the same time, with Tippett, Walker and Paul Pleasure in your forward line, it's going to be very difficult for the opposition to match up on if those guys are playing well, and also playing within our systems and our structures. And it's looked pretty dangerous over the summer so far. Come the regular season, and you're playing against the top sides, that's when these guys have to really stand up, and they're aware of what we expect from them.
You've got a couple of outstanding young players in the leadership group now. Rory Sloane, Patrick Dangerfield, both 21, about to go 22. Dangerfield in particular, there's going to be a lot of speculation about his future. The cynics out there would say this is a ploy to keep him in Adelaide. Is that unfair, or is he a future captain of this club?
Both of those boys are outstanding young leaders, and we identified their leadership potential almost straight away. Paddy's a fantastic young player who loves this footy club. He's really passionate about Adelaide and where it's going. He's really settled here. Unfortunately, the world we live in now is in a national competition. There's always going to be speculation about players returning home, and it's happened here at Adelaide, even with 3 players at the end of last season, going back to their home states. So it's going to be a constant thing we have to live with. For me as coach, I'll just provide them with the best possible platform to play well, and hopefully their decision is that they remain Adelaide players for life.
And just finally, the coaching pressure index on AFL 360, they've got you at medium at the moment. Are you happy with that?
Medium, yeah, that's okay. There's pressure every day. It's whether it's low or high, it feels like it's high for me every day, and I know this role, there's a lot of pressure that goes with it, and the expectations sit with me, so I'm happy. I know the guys talk about it a lot, and I know once a week they roll out the index. I'm happy to look each week and see where I am.